In Myanmar, the armed forces have seized power and detained the country leader Aung San Suu Kyi and other democratically elected figures. Troops are patrolling the street and a nighttime curfew is enforced along with a one-year state of emergency. The US President, Joe Biden, has raised the possibility of imposing new sanctions. Now, the army that alleged that the recent election victory by Mr. Kyi's party was undermined by fraud. She has urged her supporters to protest against the military coup. Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, was ruled by the military until 2011. After democratic reforms, Aung San Suu Kyi was in partial control with the military agreement. After spending 15 years under house arrest, Aung San Suu Kyi was hailed around the world as a symbol of democracy. She was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, her leadership and reputation are damaged after defending the army brutal treatment of Myanmar minority community of Rohingya Muslims. But she still enjoys great support among many people in Myanmar. The BBC Aritha Rebecca has the latest.
An army reverting to autocratic type, swiftly and ruthlessly deposing a democratically elected leader. Somewhere behind the guns, Aung San Suu Kyi is once more a prisoner of the generals. And even if people never trust the military, they are still shocked of what happened. The crisis began when Suu Kyi's party won a landslide victory in election last November. That win may have convinced that the military that their hold on Kyi's security ministry, the road of the real power here was threatened. There will be a state of emergency for a year with limitless power to detain political enemies. The coup has an air of dark familiarity. For decades, the military has tried to maintain a monopoly of power. But human rights eventually come second to politics. 3 years ago, by sharing power with the military, Aung San Suu Kyi's defense general accused of genocide against the Rohingya Muslims, even appearing for the defense at a war crimes trial in The Hague.
For Western power, the issue isn't about a personality but the principle of democracy in Myanmar. And tonight, President Biden threatened renewed sanctions on the military. But he needs Chinese support, and that's far from assured, given the competition for regional influence between Beijing and Washington and China's long-standing support for the general. The army supporters were on the street today, but the cheers won't echo for long ahead, like deepening isolation preloads uncertainty. Tabita, Essela,
Aritha Rebecca,
BBC News.